When I was editing my video yesterday, I noticed something that I didn't notice when I first got in this car. And I have to show you when it gets lighter, because it's kind of dark in here and you won't be able to see it. So, I'll show you when it gets lighter. I love this car. I don't want to give it up. This car is very smart. It noticed that it rained last night, and it turned on my wipers. This is by far the fanciest car I have ever driven in my life. Fancy. Do you guys hear? Silence. This car is so quiet. Love this car. I don't want to give it up. Alright, so I am going to spew what I need to say, and I will edit what I need to later. Because there's really no organized way of saying this, except this is the best organized way of putting this, because it does show God's faithfulness. Remember yesterday when I showed you the Bluetooth, I said, oh, that it recognizes the song and I can play my music through my phone onto the car. When I woke up this morning at 4:50 a.m. and I was excited to drive my new car, and I got overzealous because I turned on a playlist that consisted of Judas Priest and Iron Maiden only. All the songs were by those two bands. And I played them guiltlessly all day long. And I even came home and continued listening because it was like that first taste of blood. You know that term? I don't know if that's a real term. I'm making it up probably. But I couldn't stop. Like, all my favorite songs were on that playlist. And I couldn't stop. And I felt like that pain. And I thought, it's okay. Like, I will call this a mistake. Well, no, it's not a mistake. You went beyond a mistake. And the Lord knows that because the Lord had the car repair shop call me and say, hey, we found the problem. It's the hydraulic system of the ABS sensor. It's going to cost you a total of $1,000, which technically is over budget. Like that's more than I was willing to pay. Plus, my car was going to be out for another couple of weeks. So I have a rental for a week, and that's it. And that's when it hit. This is the punishment. This is 3 times in a row that I've failed, and then I failed big time today. I reached out to God, and I repented, and then my aunt called, and she asked me about the car, and I said, well, this is what's happening. I ended up calling my dad, and my dad said, I will let you borrow my car until you get your car. So might as well take your car back. And I didn't want to, because I like that car. And I said, okay, fine. I called the company, and they said that if I turn it in by noon tomorrow, I will be reimbursed $600. Is that not a faithfulness of God when we obey Him? I mean, granted, yes, it does suck that I'm losing that car because I only had it for a day. But, I mean, my poor wagon, it's like, have you abandoned me? Yes, I abandoned you. Day 27, failed miserably, guiltlessly. I don't know if that's a word. I made it up. Don't steal it. Listened all day to Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. Punishment not able to afford payments on vehicle. I repented, pouring out my sorrow. I was redeemed, both by God and God's love and faithfulness.